In 1898, two of the most powerful empires on Earth stood face to face in the middle of Africa. Neither side wanted to fire the first shot, but neither side wanted to walk away either. This is the story of how a single flagpole, planted on a riverbank, almost dragged Britain and France into a war that could have changed the world. By the late 1800s, European powers were racing to claim as much of Africa as they could. This race is often called the scramble for Africa. Britain dreamed of a line of colonies running from Cairo in the north all the way to Cape Town in the south. France had a different dream. It wanted a line running from West Africa all the way east to the Red Sea. If you draw both of those lines on a map, they cross in one place. That place was a small town in Sudan called Fashoda. France moved first. In 1897, a French officer named Jean-Baptiste Marchand led a small expedition across the African continent. His team crossed rivers, jungles and deserts for over a year. In July 1898, they finally reached Fashoda. They raised the French flag over the town. At the same time, Britain had its own force nearby. General Herbert Kitchener had just won a major battle in Sudan and was pushing south along the Nile River with a much larger army. When Kitchener's British force arrived at Fashoda in September 1898, they found the French flag already flying. Both commanders were polite to each other in person. They shared drinks and shook hands. But behind that calm meeting, tension was building fast. Kitchener refused to accept French control of the town. Marchand refused to lower his flag. Both men sent urgent messages back to their governments in London and Paris, asking what to do next. For weeks, the two armies camped near each other, waiting for orders, while newspapers back home printed angry headlines calling for war. In the end, it was not the soldiers who decided this crisis, it was the politicians. France was already dealing with serious problems at home and did not have the navy or the money to fight Britain overseas. So the French government backed down and ordered Marchand to withdraw. In March 1899, Britain and France signed an agreement that finally settled the border between their territories in Africa. The crisis was over. War had been avoided, but only just barely. The Fashoda Incident showed how close two world powers could come to war over a single line on a map, thousands of miles from their own capitals. It also changed the relationship between Britain and France for the better in the long run. A few years later, the two countries became close allies. Here is a question for you. Do you think a small local dispute like this could ever spark a major war today? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed learning about this piece of international history, make sure to subscribe for more stories like this one.